Out our podcast, what's going on? I'm here with
D. Smith, your entrepreneur in all things of finance. And I'm with
Chase Way. We back with another video. What's going on?
What's Going On? Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. Today is Mother's Day. What's today? May the 11th? Yeah, 2025.
Yes, the 11th.
Huh?
I said yes, the 11th.
May 11th. I don't think we did podcast last month. We didn't do it in April.
No,
so,
we didn't do it in April.
Yeah.
We was over at the house every Saturday.
Yeah, so just want to say happy Mother's Day to everyone. If your mom, grandmother, hey, I hope y'all having a good day today. Spending my little time with my son and doing our podcast. So, hey. So what's been up with you?
As I learned, I guess I just recently learned that like you said, just getting older, you're gonna always got to come up with new ways to reinvent yourself or find new ways to, or try to get in that flow of bettering yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. Like I said before, I want to say, like when I called you, see if there was any AI classes or whatnot. And I've been trying to figure that out a little bit more. And then, of course, with the faceless content stuff, trying to figure that out. So that's mainly what I've just been focusing on. Still taking a break from sports betting.
Mm-hmm.
And recently, they just added craps on this app that I used to bet on in the app called Rebet.
Mm-hmm.
And Rebet and another app called Flip, they give you a free $1 per day if you have like zero in your account.
Yeah.
So it gives you a chance to make a risky bet or whatnot. So taking the risky bet for the $1, you can bet on whatever, however you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing the craps on there, and I was able to just turn the $1 to 10 or the $1 to 6 if I lose the whole 10. So it's just been one of those things of how can I make this $1 stretch.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, and then I've just been doing that and either watching somebody else gamble or that's about it. And then I also have bought this gum called NeuroGum. It was on Shark Tank, and it's for promoting, well, it's not promoting, but it's for health, not health, focus and energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you get in a brain fog state or, like, one of those things, it's like, dang, I know I can take something to give me more energy, or I just feel, like, drained after working all day. I've been taking that if I feel like I need it, or if I feel like I'm just like, I see myself drifting off or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been pretty good. So I took that this week, and I kind of like it. So it's like it have L-thiamine and caffeine in it, and that's been pretty effective for me. And then also on top of that, just been trying to make sure I maintain this goal of getting to like I told my girlfriend, I said before July I need to see 3,000 in the joint savings. And then also on top of that, I know you keep talking about furniture. I said, well, since we got some more time until we move, I need to do Amazon Flex a little bit more, so that way getting at least 300 per day can increase my total income. And if I can get it there, then I know that we can at least have 5,000 to 6,000 in our joint savings. And then once by the time we moved in, we'll be able to get exactly what we need. Mm-hmm. And put whatever on credit if possible. So that's mainly what I've been thinking about now. So when I came over here earlier this week,
Mm-hmm.
to bring you the what's called, I realized that I did have like the little whiteboard. So I've written out all my expenses, then I've written out my 2 goals.
Right.
So last week I had took Alana out to a Mexican restaurant, and I said I gotta take her out on 2 dates before July 1st. I already took her on 1 date, so
The next
now
one would be the anniversary or something?
no, I'm
Oh.
gonna try to make it before that,
Okay.
or probably somewhere after that. Probably it's gonna be the end of this month or right before our anniversary. So probably the first weekend of June.
Okay. I want to reel back to comment on, because you jumped from one subject to another, but go back and respond to how you in this older stage where now you see, you be tired and this like that.
Yeah,
Life be lifing, right?
it do.
And I think you at a cross point where everybody is when they're all this is your last month of being in your 20s, and you finna go to 30, right? I mean, well, not last month, but you got a couple of more years, and you finna be out of your 20s. And you talking to yourself like, okay, I need to do something different. You think about what you did as a teenager. You think about what you did at 25. Now you're almost about to be 30, so now you're trying to find who you are. What are you? What is it that's gonna make you happier? Whether it's a job, or living as what's gonna get you to keep being motivated?
Yeah.
So is it, right now you just doing a repetitive thing. You're doing the repetitive thing that probably 85% of the world is doing, is being an employee. You're working, you're making sure you got enough to eat for the next week, all of that stuff. And sometimes that's drainful, right? Yeah. And then you got to find a way to get yourself saying, okay, I'm doing all this work. I have cut out something that I really enjoy, sports betting and stuff, but I know we got a goal and stuff. And now it's back to I'm like an average American. And so now I need to, build it up versus when, boom, it was just you and your income then, it was not enough. Yeah. And so now you're like, okay, I decided to make this change, and hey, what can I do? Yeah. So everybody hits that point. I remember hitting that point at, when I left home and I was staying in the project and stuff, and I'm like, this right here ain't making enough money. How can, if I'm sitting here and maintaining this, my little check, it's not going to do it. It's not enough to do anything extra. And it's not enough to where if I want to get out of this apartment, thank God for, with housing, I was on housing and stuff, it's a stepping stone. So now the only way I can make my situation better is me getting more educated and more of whatever the time of the world is going on. And at that point, on my pivotal point was computers. That's when the technology and internet and stuff was being introduced. So I'm like, oh, I need to brush up on my computer skills. So to say all that in my story, and you asked about the AI, and now because our phones are like a encyclopedia, or whatever, it's probably programs around here that is free classes that we haven't even researched. Yeah. It might not even be an educational thing to where you have to pay for learning AI. It might just be something that, someone's doing for free. It might be something where, hey, we're a company and we need people to try our product out. Those little things right there is like a free gem that you don't even know about. Right. Yeah, so it's kind of like that program I found with the JTPA, and it just so happened that a company closed down, and these people have been working in the factory world since they were 18, but now they're in their 60s. You know, they were in their 60s. These people were 50 and 60 and 70 years old. So now the factory world was ending, and then we're transitioning into this computer world, which everyone was afraid of. So I was the same way, and at that point, I was in my 20s though, you know, because of the fact I was out there on my own. You know, I'm like, shoot, I didn't have the luxury in doing your age, and we talked about this some episodes ago, months ago, when you were out on the road. That I'm so proud of you on that, and you know, having that freedom to knowing that at that point in your life, you didn't realize that you will be at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like the point where I'm saying that, okay, now I can see some people make the sacrifice to stay at home so they won't spend, because you know if you spend, it's a quick way to get in debt. You know what I'm saying? It's a quick way to like lose everything or lose people. And you know, you got an example with your friend. You know, you don't want to spread yourself thin and put yourself in a situation so now you got to crawl back, because at this age you're not 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I messed up at 20, so a couple of years won't hurt me that bad, versus now if you mess up and then you finna be 30. So you like, oh my God, once you hit 30, I didn't want to be right here at 30. You know, I can remember at my goal at 30, I wanted to be somewhere else or retired or this, you know. So that's what I just want to piggyback on. That those life lessons, you cannot understand it until you really live it, and or be living in it, you know. And so those things right there, some parents, and you know, I said it once before, some things has to be self-taught. Because no matter how much as a parent we want to protect our kids for not going through what we went through, sometimes you got to let them go, you know, let your child go through it. Not it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just that some people will get the lesson. It's kind of like a test. I can give you all the answers on the test.
All right.
And if I do, then you will never learn anything. After that test, then you on to the next thing. But if it's a test that builds up from the last test, then you're not going to pass that test. Because now I got to give you the answers again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's out there. I mean, how y'all feel about that? You know, that's the one thing that I think everyone as parents, and anybody that is not a parent or been in the situation themselves, or even question the fact that they parent, of how they did their parenting, you're never gonna be perfect at parenting. You're never gonna be perfect as when you get older or whatever situation. I think it's designed for us to go through things in order to learn a lesson out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so it's just what I think, yeah. But I am super proud, going to the next topic you mentioned, of how now you see the importance of making money, saving money to get to a goal. Because when you sit down and everything, and I'm going to say by the end of the year, when we do our December podcast, I'm going to ask you and interview you about, now, how does it feel to see all of the stuff that you were working hard for and sacrificing for this sport bat, and looking into Alana's face and how happy she is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna understand, like, yeah, I can see it. You know, the moment that she do it, boom, it's gonna pop. Yeah, that's what my mom was talking about. Because it's like for us as women, it's the security. It's a security matter, because in her situation, her dad has been her security her whole life. So anything that happens to him, affects her very deeply because losing him is like losing her security. Now, it's different with her mom. She got it, but with her dad because that's the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
So, the way that he treats her and things like that is what women mimic it, you know. And then you have those women that stay in certain relationships because they didn't have that father figure, and so they looking at that, you know. So, it's an important thing as a man to make sure that they provide and keep that security with their mates and stuff like that. If not, then you know y'all gonna be more stressed out than we are,
Yeah.
because we know how to make a way. We, you know, pretty much teach you how to, you know, do the savings. Hey, no, we ain't got that. We pretty much gonna be like a budget is gonna be in the conversation somewhere.
Yeah.
So, yep. But that's cool.
What you been on?
I've been on same thing. Just looking at the bids. Not, you know, nothing really been out there. I've been bidding. I did have a phone call that I missed, you know, about a job in Conway, and it was the company Beaver and Waver and Beaver, something. Don't really mean to throw the company names out there. Weaver and Bailey is the name of it. But hopefully, you know, we'll have some kind of partnership with them. And we've just been trying to keep this going. This year has been a struggle in the business, the industry, but it's getting there. So pretty much, yeah, and I like this lesson and what we're learning right now from November to now. Cut a lot of things out. We cut a lot of wants out in our life versus the need.
I see y'all got rid of the Wi-Fi.
No, we didn't.
Oh, y'all
it's
didn't?
new. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got rid of. Oh, I thought I text you AT&T stuff.
Oh, y'all went back to AT&T?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a deal. We just got the internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We got rid of Xfinity.
Oh.
We got rid of that package, the cable, the internet, and the alarm. That's what we got rid of. We got rid of that. Went through the subscriptions and stuff. All of the wants. You
What
know.
subscriptions you got now?
Just Prime and Netflix. Oh, and then HBO Max is free with the AT&T when we got with them way back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's all what we got. And that's all we need. HBO, he can watch the games and stuff on. Prime, he can watch the game. So on the live. So yeah, and then this TV that we have got Tubi, you know, and other little movies and live local channels.
Mm-hmm.
So exploring that, and it's like, hey, we got more than enough channels that we didn't even know nothing about. So all of that was that, and then and me, I'm getting closer to doing my devotions and stuff with my Bible app.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's for me, because I have faith in it. That helped us tremendously. And I'm like, I don't know. If I go back and look at what we have paid versus the income coming in, it'll probably be more than, our expenses was more than the income. And ain't nothing but God that carried us through. So, and just still staying positive about stuff. My class, oh my God, the class I teach, yesterday was the end day, so I can't wait to grade. So, I'll be grading and stuff on that and submit my grades. That was a rough class.
You mentioned that you're going to pick up another class. You still going to do that?
Yes, I am wanting, I was actually, God reached out to the chair for her to ask me to teach an intro to business class.
Mm-hmm.
It's an 8-week course, but it was just so much going on that I was like, hey, I can't do it. You know, I want to look at the book and things like that uh, to see if I just, you know, can teach it. I always wanted to teach it, you know, to teach that class because it's like business 101.
Yeah.
So I just want to look at it throughout the summer and stuff and see if I can take it on in the fall. So yeah, that's an extra or whatever. And I think I could probably do that. I really wanted to do it online. I don't want to do it in person. And so I think that'll be a plus on that end. So, but other than that, it's just been slow going.
When the last time you walked downtown? Well, when the next time you plan on walking downtown?
Oh, well, we do walking on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. But now that I had this wreck last week, I got to turn the rental car, so I'm gonna see how it's gonna go because I have to go to therapy, and I'm gonna try to do therapy Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.
What's your plan there?
Oh, well, all I can do is I got it on real low, babe. All I can do is take what the offer they give us with the truck and then finish that and then whatever they offer. So I was thinking about getting a lawyer, but talking to one and they, you know, I'm not sure how all this works, but really the type of case I have is not a dramatic case. It's low impact. This is what the lawyer described because I was sitting and it wasn't like he was going 30 miles per hour and just hit me. So I was really sitting. So I was like, how much pain do you have? Yeah, I had more pain than I did before this wreck. You know, so in my mind is, you never know. So what? He just bagged back. You know, I tensed up. I do have, you know, from this part on this left side of me hurts, but am uncomfortable when I'm back or whatever. So he went over the X-rays and say, hey, you need about 10 or 12 of these times, and I'm gonna just do it like that. I'm gonna do it for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully that'll be done, and he released me, and then they can do my lost wages and the little pay them and stuff like that, and that'll be that. So I just said to Joe, whatever we get out of this, because we ain't trying to get a lot of money, it'll be extra, and it'll help out, you know, with boom, moving to what we need to do.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm gonna take it as that and be done with it. Yep. So I think everything gonna be all right because what they're offering me with the truck, well, Joe gonna pay the parts and or just pay the man $1,500 to fix it and boom, it'll be, you know, I drive my truck still, and that's it. So, and I just wish, you know, we talked about this, how our community don't know how this insurance stuff goes. And not having someone to really talk to about it. And then if you do get a lawyer, you know, all of this stuff, 25% or a third or this and that, sometimes you don't need one. And so that's what I'm trusting, whatever, you know, don't need one, and whatever we blessed with, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, if it's something, again, like I said earlier, it's all about, life is about lessons.
Yeah.
So whatever decision we make, and then I find out something afterwards, then I know. You know what I'm saying? So not say that I want to get into a lot of wrecks.
Yeah.
But I know what to do in who to contact at that point. And it just made sense to me. It wasn't a bad wreck, you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't need a lawyer. I don't need to draw all out in months and all of this stuff. So yeah. Yep. So and that's that on that. But yeah, I'm embracing my natural, you know, my little
You gonna keep doing that for a little minute?
I'm gonna keep it twisted up for the summer. And that's just what I want to do, because if I decide to straighten it out and it puff up, I'm like, oh no. So I'd rather twist it in the summer, because the last time I did a silk press and it rained and stuff, I could tell, I was like, oh, this is what they talking about, and I don't want that, because if I'm going to do that, then I just might as well wash it, put it up and let it puff like that, but then I'm like, because it's, it don't lay flat, you still got the little curls and stuff, so I'd rather twist. I like to twist and then do something different. So what I did was, this was just, it wasn't even braided up here, in the ponytails. I just had the twist like this all over. And then I was like, let me do something different in the front. So that's all I'm going to do. Tomorrow, what I do, I'm going to take them out and I'm going to wear it, just with the little twist that week. And then I'm going to wash it next weekend. And then I'm going to go to the side and just have it to the side and just,
You don't play around with it.
Yes, I'm going to do styles like that. I'm going to, and just keep it twisted. So, I know it's going to grow. And then in July, I'm going to silk press it and then go up there and let her clip my ends again. Because I'm going to get it clipped every 3 months.
Okay.
So, yep. And, it has grown back since, the last time she cut it. Well, I cut it, then I went and had her to go on and shape it up right. And so, because the first time, it was like about right here. And I liked it, for some reason, I like that shoulder lift. It's more manageable. But then it didn't, when I straightened it out, and Tiffany was like, gosh, your hair didn't grow back that fast? I was like, yeah, it grows like that, so, yep. So, but I'm enjoying it. The thing that I noticed, and I think, again, it's the society. We be so wrapped up. And this is a thing that, I learned in this journey of this economy and everything that we're going through right now in 2025. So if my grandkids and stuff hear this, this is what we're going through. This economy is so messed up that people are making money on products and stuff and showing, this is what I use to grow my hair. I can literally do this. I as an entrepreneur at heart, I can see a whole bunch of ways that we can make money. And not having the time, though. You know what I'm saying? I could get a product and it be products that you can buy here and put it in, and I cut my hair and then it just grow. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the killer part about it. What I use for mine may not work for yours. But because marketing is so powerful and TikTok is so powerful, you put them two together and bam, you can blow up. Not only that, you got these things on there to where how they manipulate the algorithm, and you just go from this and comment it up, and then boom, you done went viral. And then as you go viral, what? They contact you and it's like, hey, once you share my product, once you do this, and then you make that much money, but you have to continue to evolve. It's like what we're going through now. So it's like a job. There's no longevity job right now. It's about riding the next wave, riding the next what's up thing, because you wanna be in that. And so, be real. I mean, some people say, well, what I do is I just get up in the morning, I do that, and then I just throw my contact. I have enough contact that I can do it for however many days. And then the rest of the time, I'm just chilling. I'm just doing. And some people just living their life, Come make my bed with me.
Yep.
Come mop my floor with me.
Yep.
This is what I use. Ooh. In this journey, I have not used any of those products that I've been looking at and said, oh, I grew my hair. Oh, you want long hair. All this. I haven't used anything different from when I was a perm. I tried a few things, but it didn't feel right on my hair. So, I'm going to stick with what I know. And that's what I've done. So, only difference is, it's better, it's easier to manage. It's not tangled when it's wet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I still do hot oil treatments. Hot oil treatments for me is like changing the oil in a vehicle. You know? So, that's it for me.
I'm undecided on if I want to cut my hair and let it keep growing, but I'm probably gonna cut it. I just haven't found the want to spend $50 on a haircut.
You know what I think you'll look cute at? Getting you some twists
No, I don't want that.
and locking your hair. You don't want to lock your hair? I'm shocked. Chase. Hey guys, Chase loved braids at a point where he just had to have these braids. But I think it was because he loved Allen Iverson. And he wanted to be that. And so, oh my God, he will be hurt and crushed when his braids got cut off. But yeah, you can get you some braids back.
I'm
Thug it out.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I just undecided on what I want to do.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's all of that indecisiveness of how you want to be and this and that, and is it even worth it and all that. You just in that realm of, I got to find something that's going to still, prep me up. I don't understand why you always tired. You on some vitamins? You know what I'm saying? This is how you used to say, about 5 years ago.
It is.
It's like, hey.
Now I don't even, I said tomorrow I'm going to go back to just posting me jumping jump rope for a minute.
Yeah, bringing some content.
I just got to do something every day.
Yes. Cause you
now
got
it's
to
like
get
I don't even post the video.
Right.
And it's just like,
hey, you be getting, that laziness in there. That look.
No, it ain't even that. It's just more so like all last week. Monday it was Tuesday rain, so I went to the gym. Wednesday it rained, I went to the gym. Thursday it said it was supposed to rain, but I already had it in my mind to create videos for content for the Faceless channel that I got.
Bless you.
Thank you. So I did that. Friday came. I was sleepy about 7:30. Well, I also went to Clarksville and Rogers, and then once I came back from there, I don't even remember, but I came home, got in the shower, I was tired, went to bed.
That's another thing. Y'all in the bed before 9 o'clock?
I was in the bed before 8 o'clock.
I told you, when you need your sleep, your body now changes. And it's so funny how you can take, like, Day Day and Jacory. And they just, boom. To them, what they doing is very important. And you're going to be like, man, y'all just don't know. This ain't it. This energy and stuff could be spent on
something else
that's gonna make you money. Yes, and make money. Because you got to trick. And I think that's another thing with our society. They, we don't just say, hey, let's teach you. The lemonade stand is a perfect business one-on-one about teaching your child how to make money.
Yep.
And like Joe and I ride in these neighborhoods, in these big houses and stuff, their daughters and stuff have a lemonade stand. Why do you think they're having that? It's teaching them.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching yesterday morning. Me and Fanny, we talked for about 2-3 hours, and she called me. She said, "You still in the bed, girl?" Yeah. I didn't get out the bed till about 11 or 12. But I was watching this dude and a lot of people, and y'all tell us, under here, let's watch Grant Canyon or Grant somebody. He's all over TikTok and how he made money. Some people say he's a scammer. Some people, do this. Matter of fact, he was on, and I think we talked about him before. He was on Undercover Boss show, it was a show that, hey, he told him, we give you $100 and see if you can create a business. He said he didn't need that. He wanted to start from zero. So it was a show, and I think we talked about that. He said he took that $100, put it in the bank somewhere, and he started with zero. And he went out and found a business. That's a good thing to look at. And drop him out. He was like in any state, any city, this is what he does. Well, for me, as an entrepreneur, what I seen that other people like, he'll scam, he'll fraud, he'll this. He has hustle. He has a drive that ain't nothing special in him. He just a go-getter. And he ain't gonna give up. So, he said he lost his father, and at 15, 16 years old, he became addicted to drugs. It started out with marijuana, and then boom. He said, because they asked him about a question about a mentor. And he said, the only mentor I had turned me to something down a dark road, and that was the drugs. He said, other than that, I ain't had no mentors, because I don't trust them. But that's to say that there's no one good out there. It's just that's just how I felt. That's my, experience. But his whole thing is, once he got out of rehab, he was about 25 or whatever, got out of rehab and started doing some things or whatever. It's just his drive. He said he loves to work, and now at this point he's loved to help other people. And as an entrepreneurship, you don't have to have nothing special. You just doing more than the next person is gonna do. So if it's me and you, and hey, we both want to do this business, or I got somebody like another person that's doing the trucking and stuff. I'm going to the events and everything and networking and stuff, and you just sitting there. And then you getting the same emails I'm getting, and you calling me, hey, did you get that? Yeah, I ain't going to that. They ain't going to do nothing. If you study believe nothing is going to be doing nothing, then nothing's going to happen for you. But if I'm going and say, well, I'm going to go. I don't care if it's not, and I'm just meeting new people. I'm going to go. And then eventually, somebody who you think they're going to call and remember. They're going to remember me more than they remember you, because you ain't been around. You still a stranger. So networking and just going that extra mile, it sets you apart from different people. Because one thing that people cannot take from you is your character. They can't take your knowledge. They can't take your character. So
I agree with that. That's when I had the revelation of I gotta do Amazon during the week.
Yeah.
I just wait till the weekend. Like, I don't be doing nothing after work anyway. Even though I'm rested, I'm still gonna be up just wasting time. So it's just like, after work, let me just go ahead and do it.
What's gonna benefit me more? It's kind of like you buying shoes or buying the stock of the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So what's gonna bring more money? And that's the thing about it. He said, I like to buy assets. And he said, I remember when my mom died. This is why he don't believe in buying homes. This is a good one that I think you will see where you're coming from. I remember my mama struggling to keep the house. And when my daddy passed, my father passed, she had to sell the house because she couldn't keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does that mean that he into real estate, but he ain't buying nothing He's not buying a house because he don't believe a house is an asset.
Mhm.
To him, a house is a liability, because if it was an asset, then his mama would have still been able to be in that house. And just for those little points right there, make you think differently, because the society teaches you that a house is a asset. It's the biggest expense. Yeah, it's the biggest liability that you can have. That's exactly what it is. So, and some people buy the house for different reasons. Oh, I want my kids to have their own, and we can say all kind of things, but at the end of the day, then that's what it is, And he brought up like Warren Buffett. He still stay in the same house he stayed in. His house was $60,000-$70,000. He didn't pay it out, so he don't have to worry about that. Driving the car and stuff. So when you get to that level and you building up and stuff like that, then you'll know. He was doing. There was a podcast with the other two guys, and he asked them. They asked him. He was like, "You don't think $1 million once a man reach $1 million that he ain't set?" He was like, "No, he broke." It was like, because you still got to live. What other income do you got coming in? Because you're gonna spend, depending on your lifestyle, how much? What, $300,000 a year or something? You go in the next 10 years, you're gonna be broke. Or the 5 years, you're gonna be broke. You 25, by the time you get 50, you're broke. So you always, that's why I'm always hustling for money.
You got to.
And that's what it is. He said, until you understand how money works, he said, and this was a podcast a year ago or 2 years, a year ago, maybe 2. And he was like, as right now, our dollar is not worth anything. So he was talking about all that, and it was making sense, and that's what I was watching. So I'm saying all that to say this, and I've always got something going. So anything that comes in that is extra, meaning that I didn't account for, making, is extra, and that's a blessing. So that extra needs to be invested very wisely. And that's my tip to everybody for today. But that's all I got.
I like that too.
Yeah. So, to all you mothers out there, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Mother's Day. And hey, we will see y'all next month.
Peace.
Oh,